Welcome, dear friends, to Kardec Radio. My name is Greg, and the name of my show is Spiritism, Healing, and Meditation. Thank you for joining me. Kardec Radio is nourishing our souls 24 hours a day with over 4,000 podcasts on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, on KardecRadio.com, and also on Facebook. You can go to any one of these and punch in Kardec Radio and see all the many podcasts that are available for you to enlighten your soul. Download it. It's all free. Put it on your iPhone, your iPad. Take it with you if you're taking a walk or driving. And let us enlighten you with Spiritism and the beautiful messages that come from our Master Jesus to you through, many times, through the works of Chico Xavier directly and his mentors. Today, I am doing it again what I did once before, when I saw a video post of Vanessa Anceloni's beautiful post about the healing prayer by Father Estacchio. And you can go and see this, and I recommend that you go see this post, where he was a healing medium, and he talked about the power of prayer coming from a purified heart. And you cannot underestimate the power of prayer, he said, for healing. So I would like to continue this discussion, and in the light of what I do, which is seeing it in terms of both the Eastern and the Western approach, this approach from Spiritism and also from Vedic approach, and see what the similarities are. Because when we have independent corroboration of two sciences, of two experiences, it brings more validity, and it makes us, as Kardec would say, question all of these things. We want you to question all these things and analyze it, because it's without that, without the reason, we can't be absolutely sure. Our faith is only based upon we just have to believe, and we just turn off the intellect. But we want to engage the intellect as well as the heart. And that's what science teaches us. So that's why I am bringing this up. And I've extrapolated a prayer out at the end for purifying the heart, a meditation, and a prayer for healing, both ourselves and the planet or others. And so I hope you stay tuned for that. So the first thing I would like to state is what Father Estacchio was talking about. He said that before you can have a healing prayer and ask God for a healing prayer, you must purify your heart, purify your mind of all those negative things which we are all working on. And that's what Spiritism is about, is elevating ourselves to emulate the perfected being. And it's in those emulations that we learn and we adjust that things that will allow us to be more elevated, like our Master has shown us. So setting aside these negative feelings of resentment, of jealousy, of anger, setting aside them, learning to forgive our own mistakes, and learning to forgive the mistakes of others that have hurt us. there's a beautiful part in the Gospel According to Spiritism by Allan Kardec. And this is called, and I know you're all very familiar with this for those of you that have been following Spiritism for years. It's the sacrifice most pleasing to God. And there's a quote first from Jesus, and then the good spirits will comment on it. If, therefore, when you present your offering on the altar, you remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift at the foot of the altar and go first to be reconciled with your brother, and afterwards return to offer your gift. Matthew 5:23 through 24. Now, the good spirits comment on that, which is a beautiful quote, I think. When Jesus said, go first to be reconciled with your brother before presenting your offerings at the altar, he is teaching that the sacrifice most pleasing to the Lord is the sacrificing of one's resentment, that before presenting oneself to God, in order to be forgiven, it is necessary to have forgiven. And that if a wrong has been committed against any brother or sister, it is necessary to have repaired it. Only then will the offering be pleasing, because it will come from a heart purified of every evil thought. Jesus materializes this precept because the Jews were used to offering material sacrifices. He had to adapt his words to the customs. Christians do not offer material gifts. They offer a spiritualized sacrifice. But the precept thereby takes on an even greater import. They offer their soul to God, and that soul must be purified. Entering the temple of the Lord, they must leave behind every sentiment of hatred and animosity, and every evil thought against their brother or sister. Only then will their prayer be taken by the angels to the feet of the Eternal One. This is what Jesus is teaching by these words. Leave your offering at the foot of the altar and go first to be reconciled with your brother or sister if you want to be pleasing to the Lord. So our gift to the altar is this prayer, this request to God to help heal either ourselves of a malady or a friend, family member, or it could be the planet, the entire group of spirits and the actual mother of us all, this mother planet. I want to say about what the Vedas say about this. Now, in Ayurveda, which is the health aspect of the Vedas, it deals with natural medicine. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years in the culture of India mostly. Ayurveda is a system of natural medicine. And in it, they have what's known as rasayanas. And I did speak on rasayanas once before in one of my previous posts. A rasayana is an action that causes and helps improve our evolution, that brings health, both mental and physical, that aligns us more with natural law, the law of what our body needs, our physical body needs, and our mind and our spirits, that which brings bliss. So when we are healthy, we will naturally have this bliss, feeling the bliss of God in us. And that's what Rasayana do. So the Rasayana is also this behavioral Rasayana. Now, a Rasayana can be like an herb. You take a herb for, to improve your digestion, or an herb to calm your mind down if you're nervous. Many different types of herbs. The Ayurvedic physicians, which are known as Vaidyas in India, they have a system of measuring your health, and they do it. It's known as Nadi Vidyan, where they take your pulse and they use these 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3, and they place them on your pulse, like that. And there are 3 different principles in Ayurveda. There's Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, 3 aspects. And they can measure them. And within each one of those Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, they're called doshas, they can measure 5 different aspects. There are 5 different aspects of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And within them, they can actually sense where the illness is, in which organ, and what is needed to reduce that. And oftentimes it is something we're doing to ourselves. Well, yeah, almost all the time. All of our mistakes, as we know from Spiritism, come from our own actions coming back to us, as we learn from the beautiful book of Andrea Louise, Action and Reaction. If you haven't read the book, it's a beautiful book. Action and reaction in Vedic terms is karma. In Spiritism, they actually do use the word karma quite a bit. So the Vaidya can actually determine that. I just got off on a little aside there, but it's interesting. So in their behavioral rasayanas, which help us know right action, like the 10 Commandments. They have their own set of 10 Commandments. And the behavioral rasayana is, I would like to read this little section here. It says, stay free of anger. Anger is within everyone in a seed form, like a fire with a small flame. If you put oil on it, it can flare up. By practicing unconditional forgiveness, you can prevent the seed of anger from becoming an uncontrollable wildfire. In practicing forgiveness, it's important to also forgive yourself, or the anger will reflect to others. Sometimes people enjoy being angry, and they think it is their birthright to be angry all the time. But they should be aware that anger not only creates ama, and ama is a byproduct of the digestive system, which is basically toxins. It comes from poor digestion, where the nutrients of the gastric fires and the whole digestive system are not powerful enough to break it down. So it's only broken down partially, and it causes toxins in the body, and it's assimilated. So that's called ama. But they should be aware that anger not only creates ama and amavisha. And amavisha is the flooding the body with harmful hormones. But it also burns ojas. Ojas is a byproduct of the digestive system, and it's a very beneficial excretion that comes out onto the skin. And this is one of the aspects of health from digestion, the ojas that it excretes onto the skin. So it also burns up ojas, the good aspects. And if you forgive yourself and other people, anger can be prevented. Okay, then there's a little story here from the Mahabharata, which is the Indian epic which contains the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita means the song of the Lord. There is a story of 5 noble brothers who are in exile. At one point, they try to draw water from a stream, only to find that a divine spirit wants them to answer a number of questions first. One of those questions is, what is more powerful than fire itself? None of the brothers can answer the question except Dharma, the eldest, who immediately answers, anger is more powerful than fire. Anger can destroy the world. That's why it's important to prevent the seed of anger from flaring up. I find this very beautiful and exciting to hear the same expressions of forgiving yourself, of reducing our primitive tendencies to want to be angry and feeling it's our birthright to be angry, and like they were describing. Anger is something left over from our animal nature, as Spiritism teaches us. And the Vedas are saying the same thing too. It's imbalanced emotion. So forgiveness is the key. And Jesus also told us the same thing. So I would like us to delve into a prayer, a visualization, and then a prayer. So Father Estacio said we must purify our heart and our minds of these negative feelings, and anger and lack of forgiving of others is the focus. Forgiveness, because forgiveness covers all the multitudes of mistakes. We forgive someone for hurting us, for cheating us, for anything. We forgive them all. So I would first like to play the Ave Maria and then go into the prayer. So please sit comfortably, relax, close your eyes, listen to the beautiful song of Mother Mary, and then we will do the visualization and the prayer. Ave Dear friends, dear Heavenly Father, Mother, dear Master Jesus, dear Mother Mary, dear good spirits, we ask for your guidance and direction in this visualization, and we thank you for your love and your kindness that you are pouring upon us now. Thank you, and please support and elevate this forgiving process that we go through and make it very effective. Thank you. So sit comfortably and close your eyes and visualize the person or people that you have hurt. See them there in front of you. Feel them there. Look into their eyes and tell them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt you. Please forgive me. I didn't know what I was doing. I thank you, and I love you. If you can, if you are ready, see yourself giving the person a hug, and see and feel the wonderful tears of reconciliation, that the love between two reconciled people is said to be the greatest love. Now, change scenes. Let us visualize the people that have hurt us, people or person. See them in front of you. Hear them. And say to them, I forgive you. I understand you made a mistake. I thank you for being my friend. I love you. And I'm sorrowful as well. Let us be friends again. we used to be. And if you can, visualize yourself hugging them. Feel the tears of joy and relief, and see the joy in the eyes of the other person. And finally, we switch scenes to visualizing yourself as a small child. See that small child in front of you and look into his or her eyes and say, I forgive you. I love you. I thank you. I understand your mistake, that you are sorry for it. And if you can, love that little child of you. Give it a hug and keep saying, I love you. You are a child of God. You are a child of God. Thank you for being that little part inside of me. Now, the healing prayer by extrapolated from Father Estacio. Dear God, and I would say, if you can repeat these phrases after me so that we are together in it, I will pause so that you can repeat them. You can repeat them either silently or out loud, but still in a very silent state with your eyes closed. Dear God, please use me as an instrument of healing to cure this infirmity, and this infirmity can be either yours or a friend's, and you can just insert my friend's knee or foot, whatever the problem is, or your own. Please use me as an instrument of healing to cure this infirmity. I have faith in you and know that all things are possible with you. Please free me from all thought of pride and selfishness, which may alter their purity. I humbly beseech you to permit your good spirits to consecrate their beneficial fluids in me so that I may transmit them to my sick friend or myself and bring about health. Let us visualize now the visualization. Let us visualize a shower of God's healing light being poured over either the diseased area of your body or of the person's body. Sustain this image of light, healing, soothing, the damaged or diseased area. This light of God, coming through Jesus and the good spirits, restores balance and reinvigorates health. See this light not only healing the physical vessel, but the paraspiritual body. See the cells becoming alive with new, joyous energy, happy to be a part of God's plan and carry out this holy work. See this loving light of God pour over the entire spark of God we call the soul. May this heavenly divine light elevate this spirit to learn from this mistake that caused the disease. May it infuse wisdom and discernment so that future thoughts and actions do not cause harm to anyone. See the person healthy, happy, vibrant, glowing in divine light, a heart full of love and acceptance of all. Thank you, Holy God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, good spirits that are sent by God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now let us together heal the planet. Let us visualize a shower of God's healing light being poured over the planet. Sustain this image of light, healing, soothing the damaged areas of the planet. This light of God, coming through Jesus and the good spirits, restores balance and reinvigorates health. See this light healing all the countries, the air, the water, all the creatures, including humans. See all the peoples and the animals in the air becoming alive with new, joyous energy, happy to be a part of God's plan and to carry out their holy work. See this loving light of God pour over the entire planet and envelop it in a wonderful glowing light of love. May this heavenly divine light elevate the planet. May all the mistakes be washed away by this light and the gentle rains that our Lord allows to wash over the planet and remove all the disease. May it infuse wisdom and discernment so that all the people will have actions in accordance with God's natural laws. See the earth healthy, happy, vibrant, pure, glowing in this divine light, with hearts full of love and acceptance for all. Thank you, Holy God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, good spirits. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me in this healing prayer. We thank all of you and we wish you well. Remember Kardec Radio. You can send your questions in at kardecradio.com. There's also a Twitter account on Kardec Radio website. And send your questions in, and we will answer them the next time. Remember, Kardec Radio is 100% volunteer base, and all of these podcasts that you see and hear are done by volunteers. But the station does need finances to support the servers and all of that that's necessary for the internet connections. So if you can afford that, thank you very much. So until next time, may the good spirits bless and guide you. May Jesus always be in your heart, and may you always feel the love of God and see the love of God in everything. And be in joy. Thank you.